my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss, oh, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto.
There were 2 viewers, now there's no viewers. What the fuck? Am I that goddamn ugly? I guess they just wasn't gonna wait. I just thought it would be better to have a few minutes of just waiting. But no, nobody cares. Nobody cares about me. Just got a text message like they knew nobody cares, and so they said, I'm gonna text Roy so that way I can pretend like I care. Some horrible ass shit. HAS, horrible ass shit. Fuck. I guess I lowered this. I don't guess I lowered it too much. Well, I guess we'll give it a couple more minutes, see if anybody comes in here. Son of a bitch. Well, son of a bitch. Why are you? Why are you? It's a damn shame. Give it a few more minutes. We'll do a 5 minutes countdown. What the fuck? Oh wait, I think I forgot to. I always be doing that shit. I always forget to change the sound.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change, I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name, I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame, no I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate, bitch, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche.
Sometimes I always wonder, like, I get when I'm playing some random game, some random person might just come in, but like, I got a fucking title of the video is One Piece Chapter Review Next Level, you know what I'm saying? And like, somebody pops in and pops out, they're like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know what people are thinking. That's my new theme song. So whatever. Alright, so let's get this shit started. Fuck it. People act like I'm something to not be afraid of. Like, I don't know. Motherfuckers need to bring this shit back. Okay, first of all, we're starting on this shit, right? I go to Reddit, right? Because you go, I'm not even like a Reddit person, right? Not at all. Fucking hate Reddit. Stupid, right? But it's a place to go get. I used to go to Arlong Park, but like I haven't gone there in so long. So when I look up One Piece spoilers, I go to Reddit, and then R One Piece, right? Boy, these motherfuckers, right? And so I don't know this, right? So they are talking some mad shit about like YouTube One Piece reviewer people, right? Like I don't know how long our One Piece has been a thing, but sweethearts, I can guarantee you I was doing One Piece reviews before anybody even fucking paid attention to One Piece on the fucking internet, right? Like a decade ago. A fucking decade ago. Maybe even longer. Minimum a decade ago, right? Yeah, and did I do it for the whole time? No, I went crazy, you know? And I quit and all that bullshit, right? So I don't know, like a lot of people like this O'Hara guy, which I thought was good. Like he does good videos. I think the problem is, this is what I've learned on the internet. You got people like me who will come on here and are comfortable like, look, this is me, I'm a person, like whatever. Don't even like bring up if I'm entertaining or anything like that. Clearly I'm not, because nobody's here to watch me, right? Okay, first of all. So I'm not trying to say that shit. But I'll do that. But then you got these other people there that's like, what you call keyboard warriors. They would never, ever, ever in their fucking life be able to come on video. They'll write up all these theories. So I'm telling you, one person gets jealous of the other, right? And like they're accusing him and like other YouTube people of like wholesale like stealing like their theories and shit like this. I'll get you on the facts of how everything is, right? Do you read shit, right? Like I always read shit, and I always read Arlong Park for like just whatever and stuff back in the day. And sometimes I would remember something that came out like super duper crazy theory. Maybe that's the difference. I never took any of this shit serious because I think like even when people are right, to me that's almost like a fluke. It's like people that believe in like crazy conspiracy theories. Even though you might be right, like what they say, a broke clock's right twice a day or some bullshit. And motherfuckers wouldn't get that because they don't know. Like that's a saying that won't happen again because people don't know what a clock with hands means. That means if it's broke, it doesn't move. Like you're thinking like my clock's broke. It's either flashing 12, 12, 12, which I guess that would actually work too, or it's not working at all. So, and it's also like I seen this thing where this person asked their kid like, pretend that you're getting a phone call and they went like this. Because like all the phones are like this nowadays. You know? They're like they don't remember back in the day when you would go like this, or I've even seen some people do it like this. You know? I think I always did it like this. You know, but I don't know. I've seen people do it like this. I don't know. But yeah, that's not a thing anymore. Breaker 19. But yeah, I just find it funny. It's like gonna be like a Reddit versus YouTube war on motherfuckers, you know. So as I was saying, sometimes I would read shit, right? And I couldn't give credit to everything. Like, and a lot of times I would just remember shit. Like at some point I would write shit down, and when I did it, like I used to do the crazy theory, and then at one point I did like I'll take crazy theories from the community and like post your crazy theories below. People like I think this is when YouTube I think first started doing, you could vote comments up, and I said I would pick like the highest comment and I put them in the video, shit like that, because that seemed to be like the thing to do. Was that like some sort of like YouTube like I don't know, well what's the word, like not policy, but like a way to get people involved? Yes, because that was what people like comments. That shit adds to the algorithm. So yeah, whatever. Let's face the facts. Like, sometimes you try to make some money off of this shit. I've never really made much of anything at the end of the day, but you know, whatever, you got your hopes up, right? Oh, goddamn. But like some people, they're just like they're keyboard warriors. They're only gonna type, blah blah blah. So I see people on video. Then you also got people who I've noticed this in other communities. People will make like long, like what they call video essays, right? But if you had somebody who calls you out and asks you to come on and defend your point or talk to somebody, like people don't know how to interact and couldn't talk directly to somebody. So while you may even be able to, and then there's actually another category. There's people that won't show their face. There's people that won't even use their voice, even though they might make a video. Like, it's so crazy how much, like, you tell me you can't do enough. Like, I get you might be a little bit better at one thing than the other. Like, I think overall I'm better at, like, verbally talking. But you tell me I couldn't write something that's kind of pithy and even funny in a chat or something. Like, I don't know. I think it's a wholesale problem with people in general. But that's just my opinion. Like, but I mean, I guess it's also... But if everybody could do it, there would be. But goddamn, you look at it, I guarantee you... How many people you think are on YouTube or Twitch that are literally talking to nobody at this moment like I am? Probably more than you like to admit. So while, you know, trying to act like that. So I guess it's good you got people that don't want to do this shit. So, because if not, then you wouldn't have an audience. It's like if everybody was a basketball player, then there wouldn't be any reason to have the NBA. I don't know. But then you're always going to have people that are better. I don't know. Maybe it's not a good argument or not. But all I'm going to say here, and I doubt none of these Reddit people said anything about me or would care to say anything about me because I'm nobody, right? Like they're probably get more people probably read their shit more than they hear my videos nowadays, right? So all I want to say is when I read out some Reddit comments or some shit, if I don't give you credit, I'm sorry. I'm not saying, but like, also maybe this is the argument. I don't know if I've ever, unless I explicitly stated, even when I used to do crazy theories, unless I said this is my personal theory. I think I always said I read this somewhere, and while I may not have gave credit to the specific person, I you know I might have even said where that came from or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but I guess that's different. But then, also at the same time, YouTube is not necessarily conducive to that unless you're writing, unless you're doing like YouTube video essays, right? Like where you're like cite your source and Wikipedia, like putting all your links in there and your footnotes and shit, right? Because most of these people they're making like crazy entertaining videos and they're like quick jumps and fucking editing and shit like that. And like sometimes that makes up for stuff, you know what I'm saying? Who knows how many times they how many people think it takes like maybe they just like recorded that part like 9 times and made it better? I don't know. Most of my shit, even when I did it, did like editing and stuff, a lot of times I never really wrote anything. I don't know in my life. Like I may have had like ideas in my head when I did videos, even when I did like edited videos or videos where I was trying to do like a character or do like a thing or like not just me talking and rambling on, right? I don't know. I don't think I've ever wrote down, like, not full out, like a script. Maybe I did one time or another, I wrote like a couple of points, or like in my head, I thought about kind of what I'm going to say. But usually, most of the time, I went off the cuff with anything I did, even when I would be playing the characters like I used to do in like the One Piece. Like I had the nerd guy. He's like, I'm going to play. I'm like, anime. I forgot exactly how I did it. But you know what I'm saying. So like those cases are out there, right? So that's why like people couldn't really come on and talk. And then I'm also like, do I talk fast? Because like people were talking about, like people were watching, like my friend tried to watch somebody who I watch, and they were like, I couldn't watch them. They were talking so fast, and I was like, what? I watch them on 2 times speed. So is it just that I can process like faster shit? Like I started watching like there's one podcast I listen to on 3 times speed, and then when I put it on normal speed, it sounds to me like they're talking like they're slow motion. So I don't know. I don't know if, I mean, I guess it's some people you can't, I don't know. Like, I always thought I talk fast because I talk a lot and yada, yada, yada. You know, but like, is it so fast till like you can't understand somebody? Like, I don't know, people remember the Micro Machine guy, you know, or like the people at the auction or something like that. So I don't know. So I think I talk fast, but maybe I don't talk as fast as I think I talk. I don't know. And then now I'm trying to talk faster. Because I remember I used to, when I was in school, they would make you read shit, right? And I used to be all like, I would try to read as fast as I could, like just to prove that I could read as fast as I could, like verbally out. So I would do that. And like in the class, like I'd read paragraph, whatever in the thing. And so I'd always be like, so, but I mean, you know, what I'd have, I'm not going to pull up a paragraph to read it, you know, so whatever. Let's see, I got to like, see, somebody else come in here and said concurrent viewer 2, and then they said, look at this motherfucker, and then they said, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And of course, when I read shit, I didn't get to cuss and all that. Okay, we're going to get to the One Piece review in a second. Give me 1 second. I gotta answer a text. This is another thing with live. Like some people can't deal with it. You know, it's like do it live, do it live. Bill, whatever his name was, Bill O'Reilly. Uh, see, there's another concurrent viewer left. Fuck you, concurrent viewer number 2. Yep, concurrent viewer 2 is back. All right, 2 concurrent viewers, just like my max. Like I'm super fucking popular right now. All right, let's while we're on 2 viewers, let's get to it, right? So, if you haven't read the chapter, then why the fuck are you here? First of all, oh yeah, because a lot of people also were bitching about people were like posting doing spoilers. Like I had one guy, like I don't remember who it was, but somebody wrote a comment because I wrote like, "Ooh, I checked out the spoilers and they were good," and they were like, "Some people don't like that." And I'm all like, "Bro, I didn't like reveal a spoiler. I just said it was cool. Like it's kind of like hyping it up, right?" So that's different. But they were like arguing that people were using like spoiler down to one concurrent viewer. Fucking must piss somebody off. But they were like they were mad because I guess they were using like spoiler images in their thumbnails, and I kind of get that. You know what I'm saying? That's because like I'll watch like reviews of like shows on some people like, and sometimes they'll use like they'll put something in there, and I guess it's probably a little less if you put like a full on manga like this is Luffy's Gear 5 picture. You're like what the fuck? So I try to stay away from making plus I also do more live streaming now, so like I don't really talk about spoilers and stuff much anyway unless I like adamantly say I'm about to do something about spoilers, right? I will admit I read them. I will comment and say chapter looks cool, something like that, but I'm not gonna say like, oh my god, Luffy turned into a Super Saiyan or some bullshit, right? So that's not how I roll. But yeah, they were mad about that shit too. So these Reddit people were super duper like they're like pissy about YouTube anime. I was only on r/One Piece, so like that was all they were talking about. But I don't know if there's like other people that do because back in the day I'd review other manga besides One Piece and shit. So I don't know, but I guess like One Piece has got so hyped lately and like it's becoming like the whole new thing, right? So like, I remember like when Marineford and all that shit happened, like there was a big bump, Ace dies, big bump, you know. And that's why I always put the title, the number of the chapter in there. So somebody who's only read like chapter 7 is not going to show up to like One Piece. Like at some points, if somebody that hasn't read One Piece and they show up to chapter 1045 review of One Piece, and that's not my fault. I don't think I need to do spoilers at that point, right? Okay. All right, so let's get into this shit. So like there's talk. I might talk about it too. They were saying like I just like the way that they set it up on the like TCB scans like more than I like. It's easier for me to maneuver. Like I can scroll on the other thing like Viz. I just don't like how they got it set up. So some people were also talking about how like some of the translations and like sometimes like I think there can be big issues. But then sometimes I'll look at it and people are whining about shit, right? And there's one I'll remember that I'll talk about when I get to it, right? So, also, I got a little bit of a problem with this shit too. And like, I'm going to be a little nitpicky about this chapter, so bear with me, right? Alright, so let's click over. I also changed put myself down here in the corner. So if that's not good enough, feel free to let me know. So basically, Kaido's like, what the fuck? Like, he's going on, so was I, since you're able to make your surroundings rubbery, paramecia, but then you're transformed like a zone, right? And then he eats Luffy again, right? And then Luffy can, like, I guess he can affect, like, people and turn them into rubber and shit now. That's what I gather. You know? So it's just, like, it's so become a joke. Like, it seems like this fight's like a joke. I guess that's like that, you know? So it's like a joke fight, or is it serious? I don't know. I just can't really. And then this is crazy to me. So Luffy is able to like put his hands through like that's that right there. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he flies out of his mouth. I guess I don't know. Escape rocket, you know. And like people are like, this is the argument. They're saying like some of the translation, like and like this, it says something like who? Like, what are you? Is what he says to Luffy. And then, it's saying in the official, it's like, who are you? Like, you're acting like he doesn't know it's Luffy. And to me, and they're arguing like that translation's better. But to me, that makes no fucking sense. Like, Kaido clearly knows, he doesn't look that different. And he also talks about him using his rubber powers and being a paramecia is what it seems like, right? So why would he be acting like he doesn't know who like it's a totally different person? So to me, that's dumb. Everybody's kind of like, whatever. Oh yeah, I got to show this. This part, this right here, kind of cool. Not cheesy to me. Pretty badass. right here, when Luffy turns in, he goes, he goes like full giant. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people thought this is something that he might be able to do all the time. Not all the time, but something people speculated was possibility. Because before it's only been like he's been able to turn like one part at a time, giant, right? But clearly it's Luffy. Even if he's like you know what I'm saying? He's got like the fire hair or whatever the fuck it is. He's wearing the same clothes, even if they're changed. He's still got his scar. Like, if you look at him in the face, you're not going to think that's not Luffy. Like, I don't think Kaido's that stupid, right? And, like, now, then here, it's Momo says, who is that? What? Luffy's voice is coming from that thing? Is that really him? Like, I can see Momo thinking that. Like, so let's see what it says in this. In the... Let's see how they translated it here. Shit. See, I hate that. It just does not... It's, like, so hard to scroll. Let's see. It says, what is that? Okay, let's see. In the Vid's translation, Momo says, what is that? And this, it says, who is that? Why do I hear Luffy's voice coming from there? Is that him? What? Luffy's voice is coming from that thing? Is that really him? Like, I get it. Like, it's like a shot. Like, I don't know how those are that big of a difference to me. Like, he's basically like all of us reading this shit. We are all like, clearly we know it's Luffy, unless you're like fucking stupid as a brick in a log cabin. But at the same time, you can be like, what the fuck is going? Like, that's what we would probably say. But Oda probably doesn't want to throw that in the manga and say like, he don't want Momo or anybody going like, what the fuck is going on? Like, so it's like they're like shocked. They're like, really? That's Luffy? And like, we don't know exactly how he's seeing it versus how we're seeing it, you know? And when he says voice, I'm guessing they mean like the hockey kind of like voice of all things thing. Maybe not necessarily like talking, you know? But that's still pretty cool. That's pretty badass, right? So this also gets to like people say, oh, there's a giant straw hat. Like there's gonna be a lot of shit coming up with that, right? Because I think somebody even said that, like maybe that's what's gonna happen. But maybe that was the thing with the other Joy Boy. Maybe Joy Boy was actually a giant, because I don't know. Like I don't think Luffy's gonna stay in this form all the time, right? Um, because his clothes change. I think the straw hat. I think that's always been how Oda's drawn, how shit's been. Now this part is kind of funny, goofy. Like I said, like he's using Kaido as a jump rope. That's pretty crazy, right? Because how big Kaido's pretty fucking big. So is Luffy like bigger than a normal giant? This is one argument we can always have a problem with. And this is that I like Oda's art. I think his art is very unique. It's not like ultra realistic. I know it's kind of goofy or whatever, some people, but Oda's never been super consistent with like his perspective or like the size of the people. Like one chapter, somebody's like tall, like super tall, and then the next chapter. Sometimes also I think like when you're doing this week to week, it's hard to get. Like it's like I don't know if anybody reads Game of Thrones books or what was it the Song of Ice and Fire technically, but that motherfucker spent years writing these books before he released, and I guess he gave up fucking releasing them, right? But like Oda doesn't have that much time to like work on something, like to what's perfect. That's why shit kind of changes a little bit. If you look back at designs, even. There's a difference between pre and post time skip design, right? But also he still kind of flows, and especially like when people early on, like maybe in his head he knew like Rayleigh was going to be somebody important, or Marco or whatever, or maybe later on he decided they were, so then they get more detail and they get a little more update, So like that's the case, and I mean I guess that's a possibility with like what happens with other manga and shit from time to time as well. Then this part right here, I guess so a lot of this just to bring up the like this to me, this is like fucking This is literally, I don't know, but this is like, I don't know how old people are watching this or whatever. Anybody ever watch like the Looney Tunes, like the old Looney Tunes cartoons? Like a lot of those cartoons are like that. So I think this is where Oda's getting it, because there's like when things would blow up, like Daffy Duck or Coyote from the Roadrunner or whatever, they would turn like full on black like this. Usually it wasn't from like a dragon's fire breath, but it was like an explosive, or they got shot with a shotgun, and they would have like this. To me, looks just like that shit. And then also they would do this like when they were running fast, their legs would do like that. It would almost be kind of like, and I don't really remember Oda doing it, at least not to this extreme before this. So, and then there's even like a comment on it by Kaido. What's up, Ona? Thank you for following Onigamo69. You posted a video link. Well, let's see what it is. Der Eltronig. Impressive. Can't listen to the whole thing. I don't know if it'll give me a copyright strike or anything. Probably not, because if it's a... I know König is king in German. I don't know what Errol König means specifically. But yeah, that's very impressive. By Yuja Wang. But like I said, in the One Piece video, shit, in the manga, like, it's like, what the fuck's going on? And then some shit like that. This is like some comedy, like cartoon shit too, like the eyes bouncing out like that, right? Also, I think people also said it was kind of reminds you of like The Mask. And then this, like everybody's eyes pop out, like, and yeah, I guess we also need to realize and remember that One Piece is technically a comic. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the Western. Like, to me, a lot of this is like Western comic, cartoon, Looney Tune shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I gather from a lot of this. All right, then this is another issue they had. They said it's like something out of a picture book. Well, I think that's like an old way of saying, like, so I don't know how it is in Japan, but like I think that's what they used to call like little kids stories over here. I remember hearing picture book before, right? But I think they translated it in the Viz. Um, it's something from a comic strip. So I think that might actually be a better translation there. But like, to me, it's not like you wouldn't get the gist of it. Like, it's basically saying like Luffy is acting like a comic character or something like that, like with his power. It's like, it's way more. You know, it's like, have you ever seen, like, to me, it's like this moment. You ever seen one of the movies like Roger Rabbit, or uh, maybe like some of the new Looney Tunes where they have the where it's like real people, but there's cartoons in the scene with real people. So when a cartoon does something crazy like that, it stands out so much more. So this is kind of like the vibe I'm getting. Like, he got hit, but it seems like the damage he took from it wasn't like killing him. I'll admit, you put on quite the show, but still, you're at the end of your rope. You can't beat me. And then Luffy's like, this is kind of show, like, he's like, this is kind of funny, but it's also kind of goofy too. Like, I'm far from done, and then you kind of see him fading out of his power up, back to normal Luffy, and then Luffy's like, ugh. Hopefully, you know, when Luffy originally did like Gear Third, like at first, like, and this could be something maybe that comes up early, like he will, he'll end up turning into kind of this like old man or whatever. But then he says I'm beat, and then he says, okay, I think this is another. He says, "What the hell are you?" And then in the Viz translation, okay, and then it says, "Who are you?" See, it's weird because like one point, I don't think that either one are consistent. He knows who he is. I think what in this case works better, you know, than who, because it's Luffy. But like, because a lot of people see, this is what I'm talking about, like with the translation, right? And somebody said that they spoke Japanese, and like when they read it in the real Japanese, one made more sense. I don't know, I don't speak Japanese. I have to go on with the translation. Like there's like a small distinction, but some people take like this shit like way too fucking serious, right? Like, because some people are like, Luffy, because I think that's because there was a concern early on was, is Luffy been like reincarnated and he's a totally different person? Well, I think he's gone. He's like above and beyond, a little goofier, like how he's been acting lately. I think what chameleon. What's coming up sooner is going to be more like more serious a little bit. But Luffy's always kind of been goofy, so it kind of, and then we also got hinted at like the devil fruit's supposed to make you like the most freest person in the world or whatever. So like that part of it's kind of getting in there as well. So that's how I see it anyway. All right. So okay, you're right. I'm about to croak. That was another thing. They said, oh yeah, I was dying before this. Wow, it takes a lot of energy. Let's see, what did they say? This is taking a lot out of me. Okay. I, I get that there's some things like, does that mean he feels like he, because they were like, this was some arguments people were bringing up. Reddit, y'all said this. It's not my own thing. I'm just talking about something I read. That's not stealing your fucking theories and shit, right? Um, because some people are arguing like, was it that he was dying before, and then this brought him back, or are they saying like right now? Like, couldn't it just be kind of both? I've heard like Japanese kind of is ambiguous with certain things, so maybe that's the problem. Uh, it's clearly fucking him up, right? It's kind of like when he first started Gear Second and like what, fourth gear and shit. That was like he couldn't use his hockey for so long afterwards and shit. So we can imagine that like Luffy, like this is just going by the logic of One Piece and how it's gone before. He'll get a little bit better, so like maybe in the future it won't take so much out of him. Because remember, Gear Second was a big deal at first and was a lot of trouble, caused him a lot of backlash. I'm thinking like at the end of it, maybe he was kind of using this already without knowing it. I think that's kind of the prevalent theory when, in general, with how everything is going. You can rest easy and die. Then tales will be told about how you all fought this war. Is that when you're dead, only your bones stick around. Because this was another contention. They were saying that you have my assurances after you die, someone will tell the tale of your great battle. Some people are saying like he means like this whole. Wouldn't it be a little bit of both? Like, wouldn't it make sense that he's talking about like the battle as a whole with everybody that fought? Because I guess Kaido knows that Queen and King both got defeated. So that looks like that would be something. Even if he beats Luffy, that's still got to be something like a big deal. You know what I'm saying? In general and to him, right? So, and then like they destroyed a lot of shit. Big Mom got beat technically. You know what I'm saying? So, but then also Luffy stepped up to Kaido like he has, right? And while I swear, this is what kills me. With Luffy, you can see this shit's taking a toll on him. He's actually technically almost gotten killed. If he didn't have an awakening, he would have been dead probably, most likely, right? So, like, but Kaido still does not seem like any of this shit has bothered him whatsoever. Like, he's taking, like, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it really is Luffy. He was unrecognizable with his hair and clothes all white like that, but his voice is still fading quickly. We're not done yet. Isn't that right, Moma, Tama, Kinemon? And he says Pedro. A lot of people were like, wow, he brings up Pedro. So this is kind of him getting more serious. So I think Oda also did this because maybe he thought maybe people would wonder. So clearly Luffy's still Luffy. I think that proves it 150%. Like, so I don't think that's not, and like, I already believe that. I didn't think he changed, like, whatever. I figured that either, because Nika's, that'd be like saying because Marco has the Phoenix Fruit that he is a Phoenix. Like, he's still not Marco. Like, how Devil Fruits work, you know, I think they have a little more effect on you. And maybe like the human ones do, you know. But so like clearly he's still loopy. He remembers shit and he remembers like people fighting. And a lot of people were saying like, "Holy, brought up Kinemon," and he brought up, "Does he think Kinemon's dead?" Like, I don't know. I think that he's just thinking like that would kind of basically Kinemon is the reason he's here, kind of now. Not to say that he wouldn't have tried to fight Kaido at some point, but like for why he's fighting specifically now for this specific thing, it comes down to Kinemon and Momo and Tama too. He doesn't think they're dead, so I don't know why he would think that. He's just kind of calling out people. And then this is kind of cool. He says, "After all of this, you really think something like death can scare me?" And then okay, there's another point of contention here. It says, "Get loud again, heartbeat," right? So it seems like maybe that's it, but that, what gets him going. But it says, "Come on, heart, hit that beat." Like, I guess they're trying to hint at the drum thing. I don't know if that's that much of a difference. Like, I don't know, that's something to do with it. Like, I think he's kind of, so Luffy's back on it. He's still acting all goofy. In this part, we got to show because it's pretty funny. Goofy, but funny at the same time. This right here. This reminds me. Does this not look like? I swear this looks like somebody Oda drew before. Was it Wanzi or whatever? The dude that Sanji fought. Like, it's just kind of funny. So, and then he says it hurts. It hurts because some people were saying like, did he like? Because there's a theory. It's not necessarily a crazy theory, but somebody I read. I don't know who it was because I can't remember. Like, guess what? Reddit threads on One Piece have like thousands and thousands of comments. I can't remember specifically. It's not my own personal point, but it's something I read and it made me think about. Did he like wrap his? Because some people said like, oh, he made his body conform to that shape, so it didn't hurt him. Kind of like Katakuri was doing with the mochi. And I'm like, well, when he says it hurts, it seems like more like Luffy's body has become way more malleable than it was before. Like, Luffy could change, like, but he was still basically the same shape. I know with Gear 4 is a little bit more. It's kind of also, like, kind of explain why Nightmare Luffy could be what he was. Maybe that's why he could take in so many shadows, aside from just his own, strength. So I think maybe, like, Luffy now can manage different shapes that aren't, like, more natural, and he's gonna kind of have like these goofy looking shit. So while I find it funny, I also like, come on. I hope it does. I hope Oda doesn't like let that blow over. And like Luffy's always kind of did this. What do you do? Like Gomu Gomu UFO or whatever, flying saucer. So he's always had kind of goofy moves. But my I don't know. This is me being nitpicky, like I said earlier. But hopefully it doesn't become and like take over everything. You know what I'm saying? And then Kaido hits him, and then like I think he bounces, but then like the ground bounces. So this is like a theory people had, like, and I mean people. I don't know who came up with it, but like he can turn the. So that's gonna help him like be able to handle certain, like the earthquake fruit ain't really gonna affect shit like it would have. And then like he bounces up too. So is I guess that's hitting him, and it bounced, but Luffy but like but I guess with the hockey, it's still hurting him, but like maybe not because of like the increase of his fruit. All right. 1 second, bear with me. Alright, so Kaido's like, he's coated with armament, conqueror hockey, and he can influence anything around him with his ability. He fights with such freedom, so versatile. I've never seen anything like it. There's no one in the world capable of taking me down. So, like, is that like him saying, like, but you also gotta think, like, look, Kaido is, like, I mean, he's been around a while. So Luffy just kind of got this power. You know what I'm saying? And this is definitely something like I don't know how it works. Maybe Oda will explain it specifically. You know, like sometimes Oda will like take a second and pull some like Tagashi shit where he hunters this and gives like a real explanation. This is what happened. So like I'm curious about that because like here Luffy like it looks like for a second, right? We're gonna pull this shit back up. I can't. I'm trying not to put like the whole chapter up all the time. But like it's like it like why would you come here and read it? Like you can find it anywhere. So I don't get that like argument for me like hurting One Piece. I'm like nobody's gonna come here to what but like you know, they're crazy about their copyright shit. But like here, like you see like the arm and then the hand it looks like he like punched it looks like some Aki Inu when Aki Inu punched through Ace shit for a second. But that's like apparently that's not necessarily how his power works anymore. Like it's like he can like it'd be like if he hits you and then like he turns that part and then like that can flow. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, honestly, how it's working. So like, so that part, this isn't goofy. That's kind of cool, different, and that knocks him out, right, or knocks him down. But is that enough? You know, I'm like, look, right? I I know like some people will bring up like Luffy, we need to see this shit, and I get it, right? But also at the same time, man, like I don't want Oda to show everything, right? I want, you know, because guess what? Kaido's pretty high up on the shit, you know, clearly. But Luffy's gonna have to fight other people, right? Like there's Blackbeard, there's possibly Big Mom. I mean, although I guess Big Mom wouldn't be as tough as Kaido, but Big Mom got taken out by two people. I don't know. You want to argue it? Whatever. But then there's also the big war, like the world government. Is Eam somebody? Is there some other secret weapon? Whatever. So can't like shoot his whole load here, right? So hopefully, this is what I worry. Like, cause it doesn't say there's a break, so that means there's gonna be another chapter. So I would think, but also I think one of the like is a Golden Week or some shit coming up. What like a Shonen Jump general break. But like probably get next chapter and there'll probably be a break. I don't know 100%. That's me speculating. I know there's people like have a formula that I think it's like 3 chapters and then a break. So I think this would be the third chapter, right? So maybe it'll end on like but I would hope like not too many more chapters of Luffy and Kaido's fight. Like even if we don't get into it, like if it cuts to like a Kaido flashback or like a flashback to Joy Boy or maybe that's how he's going to explain like the fruit or something. Maybe not in this time. I don't know. Excuse me. And then okay, this was another contention. People were saying, "I'm having the time of my life, Kaido." And then they're saying in this translation, "Isn't this fun, Kaido?" So some people are like, "Ooh, this one's more like he's including Kaido." I'm like, really? It's the same basic thing. Like, right? You're like over fucking analyzing like shit that's not doesn't need to be that overanalyzed because they're saying like because yeah we know Kaido would be having fun like it's like reading comprehension 101, right? Like taking shit like literally sometimes is not going to be the best thing you can do, right? So like we know Kaido likes to fight. Like Kaido was sad that he thought he finished the fight and not getting it. He was kind of having fun being in somebody that could actually fight against him, you know what I'm saying? um And I guess Luffy is too, like with especially with the Devil Fruit. But Luffy would probably be like this anyway, even without like his like awakening fucking god power mode or whatever you want to call it, right? So to me, some of the translation differences are not as big a deal as it seemed like people were making it out to be. I don't know. My only one concurrent viewer said, "Fuck it, I'm out." I guess they didn't want to hear anything else I had to say because I'm at the end of the chapter. It's okay. I thank you for sticking around for quite a while. They didn't comment or nothing. Some people don't like to chat either, and I get that. And then sometimes, like, I'll watch shit and I'm not in at the computer or I'm doing other stuff, so I don't really am not. So I can't really get on to people for not being like active in chat or anything like that. But okay, let's do some chapter notes. Like here, they're saying Luffy's giant form is kind of how they say the word there. Kind of how, like, what I read was also that it's kind of like how he says it, like when he used it before. Kaido, like all that stuff doesn't matter. Then this is the thing, Luffy's line, because a lot of people were saying like Binks Saki is like a hint, like a hope, which would make sense because a lot of people like holdovers, like a lot of things get put in songs even though they have like real meanings. So people were saying like Binks Saki is kind of hinting at the Void Century shit, which makes sense, like because you have like songs like of things like that hint at stuff. It's kind of like fairy tales and shit to a point. Also, can do this like some point. A lot of times they might be based off something somewhat realistic, right? And it just kind of morphs over the years and becomes, less likely. We'll give a shout out to like these cool colorings that people do. This person, like you can see their name. I don't even know how you say it. I seen her. I think this one's a girl. I think Grace or whatever. Oh no, the video settings are not doing good. Let's see. Looks like it's still good on Twitch. Says everything's good on whatever. I think maybe YouTube, like it's like a small deviation, and like they're just like they just lose their shit, It says poor. Hopefully it's not too poor, but yeah, Grace or whatever, like they color the pages, so give them a shout. Like there's a Deviant Art, so like they do a lot of cool shit. Like I use some of their, I kind of try to edit it, but I use like some of their stuff in my thumbnails, just giving them a shout out. Not like obviously people probably know these people more than me, but just for the simple fact that like I'm not trying to steal their. It was a truck backing up. I don't know if it came across on the mic, but I thought it was like the fucking smoke alarm. I was like, oh shit. And I actually talked to my doctor today, and I was like, like getting up. Sometimes when I get up, I feel like I can't get up. I was like, I don't want to be able to not be able to get up all the way. There's like a fire. I already moved slow enough. All right, seems like the connection's back. Must just been a little hiccup. But yeah, so yeah, check all them out too. Like I need to follow her on Twitter and check out her Deviant Art and see what I guess she does like other art too. So yeah, if you don't like, also you can check out the One Piece Reddit, like our One Piece, because they got other shit too besides just things like that. So overall, part of me, like some of the shit, like the Looney Tunes and like over the top, like comic book shit, which I guess is kind of fucked for me to say because I'm like, well, it is a comic book technically, but like, I mean, like to me, it's like a goofy, but like One Piece has always kind of been goofy. Luffy's always goofy. Luffy has always been kind of goofy too, right? So I don't know. So the chapter, like, it's kind of cool. I guess like the powers and what Luffy can do. I see all of those as badass. I just wish that like Oda presented them to us in like a more serious one. Oh, the concurrent viewer was here and then left. And it might even be, they might have shit internet. I don't fucking know. Or it could be YouTube. Fuck, who knows? Sorry, it's just when I got the thing pulled up. I just find it funny. They say some people, and I get it, like people are, oh, the viewer. Clearly, I gotta have some kind of crazy idea. Like, I can't be worried about the viewers that much because, well, plus I'm also on YouTube too, so like, I let the videos speak for itself. You can come back and watch it later, maybe if you want. So I guess like even if nobody's watching it live, because I'm doing it in the daytime too in America. So whatever. But like overall, I think it's a good chapter. Look forward to seeing what more we're gonna get out of Luffy down the road. Like I said, hopefully, I'll tell you what I want. I hope to fuck, because let's all admit this shit, right? Oda sometimes he just doesn't explain shit, or he doesn't explain shit forever. So I just hope that Oda doesn't go 2 years or some shit without explaining this. Hopefully we'll get a good explanation or a little bit more about how Luffy's powers work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because this is kind of out of left field, you know? Because a lot of people are getting pissed. They're like, he just mentioned Nika. And a lot of people also go back and look at every little thing. Oh, this foreshadowed, this foreshadowed. I guess none of y'all have read Bakuman or watched Bakuman, the anime. They explained how manga authors do this. What they'll do is they'll go back and reread and stuff like that and make the shit seem like they were doing it. Like they'll see something and then like they didn't necessarily, it wasn't really, like, don't get me wrong, sometimes people foreshadow shit. But generally that's like if somebody writes like one whole book or something like that, or like like Oda, it's impossible to think when Oda wrote chapter 1, he was going to make the Gum Gum fruit a god tier devil fruit. I can almost imagine that he didn't even have the concept of, like, I think maybe it was just the American dub version. It was basically, I remember something, it wasn't even like there were devil fruits, like the first chapter or something. It was just like, this was like you know what I'm saying? Or at least they made it seem that way. So I don't know. But, like, so I don't think Oda even had the concept of, like, mythical zone devil fruits, like, back in the day. And also a lot of people were like, oh, Shank's scaring the, like, there's always been kind of like intimidation kind of concept with stuff. Zoro's did it before and everything, like, but I never took it as like it's a power. But then Oda adds a power and it makes, and this isn't taken away from Oda. It's also smart and it's good that there has been some consistency. And even if he didn't originally intend for something to be a certain way, if he's able to fit an idea in there, that means that like his idea is good because then it still fits and it's consistent to the story. Like, so I'm not taking anything away from Oda or anything like that. I'm just saying some people think that like every little thing means something always. And that's not necessarily the case. And like literally, Bakuman, a manga about mangakas, specifically stated this. So unless they're lying, why would they like do that? Like, you know? And those are the people that did Death Note. So come on. Like what? Like they're so most likely that's the case a lot of times. Not saying Oda never foreshadowed nothing. Clearly he foreshadowed like Ace's shit, you know. But like I think at some point he had like shit planned out, you know. And maybe he does, and like more than we realize. I don't know. It'd be like saying like, oh man, we know Sabo was there like the whole time. I don't know. It's very much a stretch for me to believe that, right? Very, very much a stretch. All right, so that's my opinion on it. Feel free to let me know if you watch this in the comments or whatever. So I was looking last time. I had I can't remember who it was. Somebody actually wrote in one of my other reviews like, "Oh, Mr. Crazy Theories," and I was like, "Yeah, I was actually bringing them back." I wrote down. I think I even showed it in my last video. Like I made like a document where I was like writing down some of the crazy theories I saw on Reddit and stuff like that. But I forgot to save it, so none of them were there when I went to read it. But today I only got 3 because a lot of it wasn't necessarily what I would consider crazy theories. And some of these might not even be that. Like, but let's go. These are all from Reddit. Hey, Reddit people. I'll even read the name. I could put it on screen, but it's such a fucked up, you couldn't even tell. Nerlin. Okay, and this person even realizes this is a crazy theory. I'll read it direct. I'll direct quote this crazy theory, right? Okay, my headcanon now is that Luffy subconsciously was affecting people around him, making them sturdier and rubberier that's how everyone survived Enel, Eneru, Enel's Divine Judgment, and Skypiea. And I mean, oh, that's kind of crazy, but it also kind of makes sense because, like, are we saying like, oh, this is like Oda, like, with their eyes popped out, or is it Luffy and affecting them where they could make their eyes pop out like that or not? I don't know. Another crazy theory. This one comes from Rebellious Upstart on Reddit. Once Luffy gives Buggy rubber powers, Buggy will be immune to all forms of physical damage, serving as the pirate god he promised to Luffy's Pirate King. I think Buggy's entertaining and he's a good side character and a good, whatever. But like some people, they really love from fucking Buggy, right? And who knows, like, can Luffy really impart his rubber ability on people like that? It seems like there's a hint at it here with how he's working with Kaido, but can he do it without like physically touching him? Like I think every time he's done it, he's been in like physical contact with Kaido. So I don't know. And this is the last one that I got written down. I guess I had to find places where they got more. I think I might have to start taking like this time. This was from the actual thread on the chapter. I didn't go back and look at the. I was busy doing other shit. It was WrestleMania weekend, so I was watching a lot of WrestleMania stuff. So I didn't have time to go. And I'll tell you something funny about that in a minute. So I didn't go and look at the. I didn't write down the spoiler thread. I think that's where I get more of the crazy theories. So I have to remember that next time, right? And I might not quote everybody. I might just type it out, but this time I just copied and pasted. So that's why you're getting full on. These are the people's names and everything, right? So this one technically comes from Jinbei the Four-Way. The Way 4, sorry. What was on my mind? Side theory. Sanji learned to infuse the food he cooks with haki. We know that objects like swords and arrows can be coated in haki, so why not food? The time skip is where Sanji learned haki. Ivankov explicitly stated that he could make others stronger with his cooking, and feed others haki is one way of doing this. I don't think that's what he meant originally, but who's to say Oda might not be like, that makes sense, but we also hinted at, I was going to say, well, isn't haki like a certain thing? It's like it doesn't stick with you, but then also we do find out like that black swords and shit can be made. So could that maybe that's also hinting. This is my crazy theory I just came out with. What was his damn name? The one who worked for Doflamingo, and he had the bamboo stick and he had the real strong like full body like black covering haki. He always had food on his face. Wonder if that was the case. Like wow, you always see him with food. That was Oda foreshadowing this point. That like cooking and imbuing the food you cook with haki will make people stronger. Like if you use a sword, it will turn the sword black, and that was why he was able to turn black all the time. I kind of forget people's names sometime in One Piece, so that's kind of what I forgot. Woo! Okay, so those are some of the crazy theories that I found. There's only 3, and I gave those people credit, so hopefully nobody comes from Reddit and is like, this fucking X71, Roy Royce, whatever, this motherfucker. Motherfucker don't know shit. Fucking stealing our Reddit theories. Man, I should make a skit where that's what I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna redo that guy and I'm gonna dress up like him and I'm gonna be from Reddit. And like now it's like a flame war. Like and I'm not hating on One Piece or One Piece. I like it. Most people are cool. But like sometimes I don't know, I just find like some people can't take a joke either, so it's like come the fuck on. Ugh, you're picking on me. It's like when people talk to Destiny and like they're like, I'm just and like I watched this old ass thing. This person was like just like freaking out, talking like they were like I'm like, and Destiny calmly says, this is paraphrasing. This isn't a direct quote. He's like, if you are not capable of engaging, and this is my Destiny impression. It's not that great. You're not capable of dealing with people talking to you or your theories online or what your conversation or may disagree with you and it makes you that nervous and upsets you that much, probably best to just stay off the fucking internet. And that's kind of the truth, like everything, like I don't know where all these people are, Where have you ever in your fucking life had a fucking safe space? I'm not saying like you have to be like, and who knows? Like some of these people, they may be traumatized, and I'm not downplaying any of this. They might have had some real trauma in their lives, whatever, right? But if it affects you that much, you either need to go get some help to get over it, or you got to learn to deal with it, or you got to stay away from it if it bothers you that much. It's like this. I can't fucking swim. I would love to swim. I mean, like I can learn. Maybe it's a different. Well, maybe not now because of my crippled disability, but I don't go jumping in the ocean all the time. Like I really love the ocean and dolphins, and I want to play with them. And then like I'm drowning every 5 minutes, and then they're like, and then I'm crying like, why can't I go in the ocean? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you can't take people saying shit, you can get mad too. I don't even give a shit if you get mad, but if you get like this, nobody can question. It's like if somebody came, you could question my theories on One Piece, like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. God damn, I'm so popular. I'm getting all these text messages. But yeah, I just find that kind of like, yeah, you shouldn't have to live like. I really think most people should be able to kind of do whatever they want and be free and not have like to worry about being murdered or anything. But like the fact that somebody could hurt your feelings or say like something that you might not agree with, like that's like an impossible kind of thing. Like me in my car wreck, I would hope that people aren't on drugs and passing out and almost killing people. Like on the whole, I think that is something that should be enforced and people should try to avoid doing to kind of give it like a safe as you can, because car accidents happen, but at the same time, also I can't be mad and be like, that's just not how it happened. Like that's not how it works. I can be disappointed in that is how it is, but some of these people get to the point where it's not like, hey, this shouldn't be the case, but they are like, this is not the case. Like you take versus what you should be versus what is, and you let it get too far out of the realms of possibility. Like, I always come down like most of the things you can kind of take down to Occam's razor. Like the simplest idea is usually right. Like when you got to get and like have 15 tiers of like this did this and that, then you're like, what's most likely, that's how I see it. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. That's just me talking shit. But yeah, overall, it was a great chapter. I like it. I really like where everything's going. Very like, it's like I think personally. I mean, there was a lot of like time skip, like New World. Like it seemed like it was like, but to me, this shit right here is almost more game changing than that. Maybe this is kind of like the Ace dying part and the old time skip. And I'm not saying we're gonna have another time skip or anything like that, right? But like Luffy and finding out about Luffy's fruit and it being something different, and Luffy having this like crazy power up kind of deal, to me it's pretty badass. And overall, let's see where all this ends at. What if we get some backstory, history shit? Sorry, I had to test my checks. Check my text. Text my checks. But yeah. So I'm not like I said, I was a little critical of like almost a goofy like reminded me too much of some Looney Tunes shit. You know what I'm saying? Like let's see, Looney Tune. Let's see, images. Hopefully, This isn't Looney Tunes. I'm trying to find an image like what I was talking about. I'm not the only person that kind of thought about some of this, but like, I just hope it just doesn't like take over and become like, like everyday kind of thing in One Piece is all. But I mean, it might just be Oda like paying homage because I think he probably, because I think Oda's similar age to me. I think he's a little older, obviously, but like he is, he probably watched these cartoons or something, or there might have even been like Japanese cartoons. Na, 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 na. Actually, I don't know if this might. I might not just put this on here. It almost looks like a blackface or some shit, but that's not what it is. Although they did have some of these old cartoons, they did have a little more racist undertones. But that's why I can't find that many of them. But how Luffy looked when he got the dragon breath thing to his face is what I'm talking about. So hopefully that just doesn't become like a super duper important thing. Other than that, like overall, really good. Let me know if you got any crazy theories. Got any crazy theories for the future? This chapter, anything as a whole. I'd prefer nobody post any spoilers. Like if you watch this later, I don't. I will. I might. I might delete them if it's a spoiler. And but if it's a legit, like this was my theory or something, feel free to post your crazy theory in the chat. Uh, if anybody watches it, like the people vote, or I might pull them and I might pull them up on screen. Used to, I would edit them into the video, but now since I do most of this live stream, I will, screen grab, pull it up, and show it on the thing. So feel free to show your crazy theories of the week from here on out. I will also search down other ones more and bring them up in the video. Everything might not get quote tweeted like 100%, but I might be like, oh, I seen somebody on Reddit said they think Luffy is going to turn into a giant rubber ball and bounce. That's how he's going to put, and I'm not saying nobody said that, but I have not read that I can recall. But that was just a crazy theory that I popped out of my head, like, boop, you know. Yeah. Other than that, like I watch this live stream, I might put up a video, but like this has been pretty. It would be kind of hard just to edit out a video just for this one thing. So you probably just want to watch the live stream over like the replay. There'll be a little bit of non-One Piece review in there, but yeah. Go ahead and watch it. I see I got one concurrent viewer. I will give them a few seconds. If they want to chat something, they will, and I will stay online for a little bit. If not, I'll probably close it out in just a minute. So we'll give it a minute and see if concurrent viewer is very. Looks like concurrent viewer one have no comments to say. No comments. You feel free to type a comment in the if not, like I said, I was just gonna, because sometimes it's cool. Like the best thing about this is like live streaming, like you can talk back and forth. That's what I really like. That's what I was hoping. That's what I really wanted to get more people chatting and stuff. Um, yeah. Maybe also, if it's a possibility, if I get more people, like leave a comment. What's a better time for you? If you give me like a USA, time zone, like put 6 Eastern, 7, whatever works for you, I can work from there. I mean, I could probably even, like, if you put, like, 2 o'clock British time zone. I don't know what their time zones are called over there. I think they probably only have one, right? Is it Greenwich Mean Time? I don't know. I'm just a stupid American, so all I know is we got Eastern, we got Central, that's me, we got Western, and we got motherfucking Pacific, and I think Hawaii is a total different time zone. So if you're watching in fucking Hawaii, I don't know what to tell you. I can't, like, I imagine they're like, it's probably like 4 o'clock, it's probably like still like 8 o'clock in the morning over there. I gotta go wash some dishes too, so that was another thing. So I got actually real world shit to do, so that's why I didn't want to go on for too much longer. So we'll give it, looks like one concurrent viewer is in the chat, but they are not saying anything, so. Do I have the chat? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Community guidelines. That's also another thing, like you gotta use their community guidelines. Like, sometimes I know some people type some crazy shit, like I think sometimes it gets auto removed. I don't know if I've ever really deleted any comments, except for like if it was 100% spam, and I don't know. I don't know if I might have blocked somebody or something at some point, but like overall, so I'm not going to be the person to say I've never blocked anybody. I've never deleted a comment. I think maybe I did delete some one time I gave in to peer pressure because I had like this. I was a friend with him, but he was like acting like a troll and like really like hurting a lot. Like I gave in to the peer pressure. And because these other people were my friends too, it's like a hard thing, right? So it's like, oh, deal with it. But then they were like being like super soft. So I think I might have deleted some of his comments or even blocked him. It was kind of a betrayal, so I'm sure he was pissed. So I'm not saying that like I've never done that, but overall it is not something I'm used to doing. Like, and I used to do like I guess I got. You know what? Actually, I think I did a video about it. I used to get mad. Like it was stupid on me. I got pissed. Because people would always get mad because of the way I said Naruto. Because I say it and it sounds like I say Naruto. But like, because of my accent and when I say it real fast, instead of like Naruto, I guess because I don't like Naruto. Like, a lot of times it would sound like Naruto. Like a Naruto. 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 Like, so like it pissed me off and I made a video one time, which was not a good idea. Dumb. Because once you let the trolls, or like maybe they're not even trolls, maybe they're legit. I get it because I've watched people and I'm like, God damn. Like, how can anybody listen to this person's voice? And I think I've also done that to myself. I'm like, oh man, my voice is terrible. But you can't like you end up becoming like a what they call a lol cow. I don't want to end up like Bookie 397, whatever his fucking thing is, where he like lost his shit. Like, and he's got mental health problems. Nothing against. I'm just saying, like, don't get off the internet at some point, right? And like, you keep acting like that unless you're doing it. And sometimes, I mean, I thought about doing it too. Like, it's good. Also, it might draw some traffic, and I've done it like as a joke, but like, is this like who you really act? It's like, what's his name? Infrared Haas, and like chimping out about like Destiny making fun of him being short and shit, and he's just like losing his shit. Like in a debate, like the way to win the debate is not to turn the gain up on your microphone and keep screaming about how you're a real man. That's not really a good. That'd be like me saying One Piece is the best. I'm a real man. You don't know shit. You have a valid point. Yeah, other than that, I guess I'm going to go. Ever who one concurrent viewer is, they didn't have anything to type in the chat. It's been more than enough time. I give because I know sometimes they have to catch up, unless there happen to be, like, maybe they're watching from back, so then, like, they don't even know I'm talking about it, but they could still chat, because chat's open, so I really don't know. Chat, last call. And then it's also, like, it's like a gift and a curse, too, like, I'll see like super big popular people like let's just use XQC or something. And a lot of them, they don't even try and chat. They just like spam emotes and shit, or like Mizkiff or somebody like that. It's like once you get too many people, it's almost impossible to keep up with like the chat. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, oh man, you want enough people where you got like a chat going, but you get too many people, you can't really interact too well with them. You know? So it's kind of like, fuck. But then if you're making that kind of money, fuck it, who gives a shit, you know? Fuck all you and your chatting, you know? So, all right, but that's it. Good chapter. Remember, leave your crazy theories, and I'll read them out and stuff next week. And peace out, homies.